Hello, this is the Insane Bastard with you once again, and this is Fenny. Say hi, Fenny. Hello. See, that was my cute little furry animal part of the video, and I would use a real, actual, live, cute little furry animal, but we have none of those in this house. We would if it were my house, but it is not my house, and therefore we don't. But and it gives me an excuse to put like cute little fuzzy animals in the video description tags and whatnot. Get me a shit ton of more views, yeah. But yeah, no, I haven't made a video in a while, and that's mostly because there hasn't been much to make videos about. The reason I'm making this one is because I promised a few of my friends in Chicago that I would indeed make this video. But as a whole, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in my life. College, I mean, I grew my hair out, like, check this shit out. This is, practically long now. It's all messy, which is why I wear this hat all the time. So yeah, friends in Chicago, here is this video that I'm making for you guys. Be happy about it. And at the same time, I know that my friends back in college are going to give me a shit ton of shit for this video because a handful of them recently discovered my channel and have been giving me shit for it ever since. I mean, the girls are all just like, oh, that's so cute, and the guys are all just like, you got a video blog. But, yeah, it's okay, really, because all my friends are assholes. Fuck you guys, and, you know, I'll flick you guys off in real life when next week meets face to face, which hopefully shall be quite soon. But yeah, YouTube. I mean, there hasn't really been much to make videos about recently. I'm not going to lie. The whole reason that I started subscribing to a bunch of people on YouTube was because I liked the whole philosophical, religious, you know, debate thing that was going on. But it seems like the only people who really do that anymore are guys like Thunderfoot and The Amazing Atheist and I guess Venom Fang X. And I guess those are really, you know, some of the only YouTubers I really actually enjoy watching these days. I've got a shit ton of subscriptions, but normally I just like, whenever there's a new video in my fucking front page of YouTube from one of my subscriptions, I'm just like, it's gonna be lame, not gonna watch it. But The Amazing Atheist, I still fucking love The Amazing Atheist. He is one of the only YouTubers who, since I started watching him, has evolved, but at the same time it has stuck true to his style and to things that he wanted to talk about, which admittedly these days don't really include religion or philosophy all that much, but are still of great interest and of great relevance to the world. Besides that, Thunderfoot. I really like Thunderfoot. I know it's really popular on YouTube right now among both the theist and atheist communities to hate Thunderfoot, but fuck you guys. I mean, I legitimately like the guy. I think that his videos make a shit ton of really good points, and that a lot of the hate he receives is just, you know, either theists being outraged like they usually are, or atheists hopping on the bandwagon of, you know, YouTube politics and shit like that. Most of the people who I am subscribed to are just trying to sling mud on people and not doing it very well. Now they rationalize a lot of what Thunderfoot does as taking stabs at Christian theology, and he does do a lot of that, but then again, taking stabs at Christian theology is what I'd like to see people on YouTube doing. It's the whole reason I subscribe to a bunch of the niggas I'm subscribed to, and, yeah, you niggas have not been doing your part, have you? Thunderfoot, The Amazing Atheist, way to go. But on to a more serious note, I have had some sort of thoughts recently that do pertain to philosophy and shit like that. Sometimes I like to go on walks and ponder philosophical questions with all my thinking capacity, and one question that I posed a long time ago was, why is it that people sometimes, in fact often, find it hard to espouse the values that they profess? I posed that question last semester, and up until recently have not been able to answer it. However, I think I may have inadvertently stumbled upon the answer recently while dissecting the concept of morality. So let's get into morality here. Another question I've been able to answer is morality objective or subjective? And the answer may surprise you. So let's hop to this. Morality, what is it? Well, morality is a system of rules, or morals, put together into a code. Now, any code is based on values, and the purpose of the code is to figure out what the best course of action is in any given situation, provided that you define the best action as the one that fulfills the values which that code upholds. And moral codes are no different. Moral codes are based on moral values, and the whole point of moral codes and morals in general, which come together to form moral codes, is to uphold the values on which they are based. Now, obviously, that means that a good moral code should be one that upholds its values to the highest degree possible in any given situation. Now, as far as values are concerned, you have your base set of values on which your moral code is based, and this informs your every action, of course. And as such, it is possible to determine what moral codes are objectively better than others, but only if you use these values as your measuring tool for, well, for what's good and what's bad. What I mean to say is that objectively a good moral code is, like I said, one that upholds its values to the highest degree possible, and as such, if you have baseline values on which to judge things, one moral code can objectively be better than another at upholding these values. The values, of course, themselves are subjective, and they can be drawn from whatever sources you see fit or necessary. In this sense, moral values are subjective, while moral codes are objective. I think it's a very important distinction to make. Now, how does this apply to my question earlier of why do people find it hard to espouse the values they profess? Well, it's quite simple. The values that we profess are only the values that we think we espouse. But, of course, we can be mistaken in this appraisal of ourselves, and the reason that we find it hard to espouse the values we profess are simply because we are mistaken in this appraisal. Or evaluation, I guess, would be the better word here. And I mean, why can we be mistaken in this appraisal? I mean, aren't humans conscious enough of their own minds to know what their moral values are and what the hierarchy of them is and things like that? I say to a degree they are, but generally no. I mean, humans are, most people I've talked to, and myself included, don't even know what our moral codes are. We may think we know. If you ask somebody, what would you do in situation X, Y, and Z, they might give you an answer, but I don't think that anybody can truly be honest enough with themselves to know what they would actually do. And what they would actually do is, the end result of applying whatever their moral code is to the situation at hand. So what a person's actions are directly influenced or directly informed by the moral code, and as such are indicative of said moral code, and the moral code in turn is indicative of the values that we espouse. However, like I've said before, there's a lot of people who say they'll do one thing and then do another, and they may convince themselves whenever you ask them a question, they may think with all sincerity that yes, I will behave, I will take action A rather than action B, but until you actually place somebody in the situation, there's no real way to know this. And so for that reason, I think that it is highly likely, in fact, a certainty, that people are not completely aware of their moral codes, and hence not aware of the values underpinning them. Because, values are buried deep in your mind. Now we may profess some values, such as the love of life, or respect for others, or what have you. Well, altruism, things like that. But there are other more base values, like pleasure, or the need to survive, and things like that do influence a shit ton of what we do. And these are the ones that we either don't admit to, or are aware of, but aren't aware of how much sway they have, and that's perfectly fine, in my opinion, just as long as you don't try to present your morality as some sort of objective, your values, I mean, as some sort of objective thing that is better than somebody else's values. So yeah, those are my thoughts for the day. Insane bastard. Life's like a dick. It gets hard. Fuck it.